They call it the Qinux WaterBlitz, a high-pressure washer that promises to turn your ordinary garden hose into a cleaning machine. No electricity, no motor, just water pressure multiplied by 15. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, today we're diving deep into the claims, the hype, the real science behind it, and whether the WaterBlitz is actually worth your money or just another scam product making rounds online. Let's start with what the Qinux WaterBlitz actually is. According to the official website, it's a small metal nozzle that attaches to nearly any standard garden hose. It looks like a regular pressure sprayer with a trigger handle and a couple of nozzle settings. The main claim is that it uses something called hydropower technology to increase the water pressure by up to 15 times. They say it's perfect for washing cars, cleaning sidewalks, scrubbing patio furniture, and even blasting grime off second-story windows, all without any electricity. That right there should raise a few eyebrows, because here's the first truth bomb. No nozzle, no matter how shiny or cleverly named, can multiply your home's water pressure by 15 times. Water pressure comes from your water source, typically the municipal supply or a well system. A nozzle can focus the stream, change the flow pattern, or restrict it slightly to create the illusion of more power, but it cannot generate pressure out of thin air. There is no pump, no engine, no mechanism in the WaterBlitz that could possibly increase pressure the way a powered pressure washer does. So what does it actually do? Essentially, it concentrates water through a smaller opening. That can make the water feel stronger because it's being shot through a tight space. It's a bit like putting your thumb over the end of a garden hose. The water shoots farther, yes, but you're not getting more pressure, you're just redirecting it. The actual cleaning power doesn't increase. Dirt and grime that need real scrubbing or high PS, I won't budge. Another claim on their website is that the WaterBlitz saves water and energy. But here's the kicker. When you restrict water through a smaller opening, the velocity might increase, but the overall amount of water used doesn't necessarily go down. In some cases, it can actually increase if you end up spending more time on a task that would have been faster with the right tool. So any promise of saving water or energy is at best a stretch. Now let's talk about the marketing. The WaterBlitz website is a textbook example of slick advertising. Flashy visuals show someone blasting mud off bricks, cleaning an entire car in seconds, and washing rooftops effortlessly. The site includes countdown timers, limited stock alerts, and heavy discounts, like 50% off today only. But try refreshing the page. The timer resets. The limited stock notice is fake. That's a classic marketing tactic meant to create urgency and trick buyers into impulse purchases. What's more concerning is the pricing. The Qinux WaterBlitz is sold for anywhere between $49 to $69 depending on how many you order. They market this as a huge discount from a supposed retail price of $139. But here's the thing. You can find nearly identical products on sites like AliExpress or Amazon for under $5. In fact, some of the cheaper ones even come with more nozzle tips and better build quality. What you're paying for here isn't innovation, it's branding and hype. And let's be honest, we've seen this before. A product is slapped with a fancy sounding name like hydropower technology, given a sleek website, and advertised with exaggerated promises. Then it gets drop-shipped from China, arrives in a plain box, and ends up being a basic hose attachment that underdelivers. So what are real users saying? Let's look at some Trustpilot reviews, and they're far from flattering. One user, EZ from the US, gave it a brutal 1-star rating. He wrote, "Scam, scam, scam. If you buy this, it is your own fault. Video is a fake." That pretty much speaks for itself. A short and direct verdict that cuts through all the marketing noise. Then there's Cleveland Matheson, another US reviewer, who said, I almost bought this thing until I did more research. I wish Amazon would have better control of products that are total scams. I'm not picking on Amazon. This product can be bought from other dropship sellers. His point is valid. The product isn't original. It's a mass-produced item sold under different names by various dropshippers, each slapping on their own branding. Dave from the UK kept it simple with his review. He wrote, "Not as advertised." And that's really the common thread running through most of these complaints. What you see in the videos is not what you get. These kinds of reviews show a growing frustration with online impulse products that don't live up to their claims. People are starting to wise up, but unfortunately, many find out too late, after the product arrives and doesn't perform. There's also the issue of customer service. A number of buyers have reported problems with returns. The company offers a 14-day money-back guarantee, but the catch is you have to ship the product back to a location that's often overseas at your own expense and without any clear tracking or communication from their end. That means even if you're unhappy with the product, getting your money back might not be so easy. So, is the Qinux WaterBlitz a scam? It depends on how you define scam. If you define it as you pay and get nothing, then technically, no, it's not a total scam. You do receive a physical product. But if you define scam as you get tricked into believing you're buying something that performs far better than it actually does, then yes, it walks a very fine line. The reality is, this is not a high-tech gadget, it's a nozzle. One you could buy for a fraction of the cost from dozens of online retailers. The only difference is that the WaterBlitz comes wrapped in overhyped claims, clever marketing, and a price tag that makes it seem premium. If you're looking for a real pressure washer, your best bet is still a plug-in or gas-powered model. They cost more, but they actually deliver. If you want a decent nozzle to rinse your car or water your garden, you can find options at your local hardware store for $10 or less. There's just no need to pay $69 for something that barely outperforms your average spray attachment. At the end of the day, the Qinux WaterBlitz is a classic case of product overpromise and under-deliver. It's not entirely useless, but it's not the miracle tool it pretends to be either. You're paying for a name, not performance, and you're better off spending your money on something that delivers what it actually claims. So, if you were considering buying one, pause, do some research, and think twice. And that wraps up our review. If you've already purchased the WaterBlitz, let us know your experience in the comments. Was it decent for light jobs or a complete waste? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.